ada yang mengatakan bahwa ekonomi Indonesia bagus hanya di atas kertas. Tidak, di depan mata ekonomi kita di depan mata ekonomi kita kuat dan akan lebih kuat lagi. Kita berdua semuanya akan bekerja keras. Semua kekayaan rakyat, kekayaan milik bangsa Indonesia harus dinikmati oleh seluruh rakyat Indonesia.
Yes.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. It is a monster matchup, Jim Begley.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
And this is now today's lineup.
What do you think about the formation here, Jim?
Yeah, it's one of these systems, Peter, where the front three are obviously the headline makers, but the back three have considerable responsibility and pressure on them. So a strong voice is needed to keep everyone switched on to their defensive duties. Everybody has to kind of play their part in getting behind the ball at times, and it's not always done because the focus is very offensive.
And we're underway. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, the contribution from this guy, Fermin Lopez, will be key again. He's got the perfect fusion of energy and good vision. So he's going to be busy skittering around the field, both on and off the ball, looking for any space he can exploit. His game is full of devilment. He's a mischief maker.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. He's gone for goal! And that is doing no harm at all.
Look, it was achievable, Peter, but it needed his best.
Balde. Fermin. Looking for the runner.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Fermin. Fermin! Now, who's going to be first to this? It's Lewandowski! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Lewandowski! Ugarte. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And the shot! Balde gets it clear. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. First quarter of an hour gone. Ball's gone out of play. Garnacho. Ericsson. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for...
He's tried one! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back-page headlines there.
Rafinha. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. He's had a hit! Ericsson. To Bruno Fernandes. He's through here. And he's managed to get free. Oh, shooting chance! It's off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run, and it showed how brilliantly energetic he is.
Eric Garcia.
Barcelona clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
It's a good ball out wide. Yamal. Diogo Dalot. Balde promptly onto that, and that is that. Eric Garcia. Pedri. And Fermin. Now it's Lewandowski. Half an hour played now.
Look, it's a run defence's dislike, but the
Big chance! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Barcelona really are in the ascendancy here, and they know they have to register while that's the case.
Diogo Dalot. Garnacho. He's found a way through. Ugarte. Oh, that is a good... Has a goal! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And the shot! Fermin. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Pedri. Rafinha. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Look at the space here, and he's had a shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss. Zirkzee. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Shot could be on. Real chance here. He's shooting!
There will be
And he's
running
heaved it away. Now it's Rafinha. That was somewhat off target. And that's really well manoeuvred. And we've reached half-time. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. So there was the first half.
Manchester United ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Yamal showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Ugarte. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Koundé. And Fermin. Yamal. And it's Lewandowski. Zirkzee looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Great hit! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, we can't question the quality of the run. He'll have to answer for the rest.
Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. And he has been fouled there. Fermin. And that could set him on his way.
Look, movement creates more options.
Diving header! He scored! Oh, super header, wonderfully acrobatic.
He had a decision to make and he got it bang on. You can't beat a diving header.
For Barcelona, after 61 minutes, is number 11, Rafinha. The attendance
Barcelona are in front now, the game's only goal.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Fermin. Ericsson. Araujo. Now Martinez. Fermin. Eric Garcia. And Rafinha. Engages and forces him off the ball. Bruno Fernandes. He's found a way past. Ericsson. He's got the shot away! Oh, that is rather wayward.
What a fabulous run. Okay, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Balde. Pablo Torre. Rafinha. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Lindelof. And it's Ericsson. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And it's Ericsson. Looking for the run. Oh, that's a fine interception.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He's played it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Real chance! Goal! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
The changes then in quick succession. Ferran Torres getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, that goal just serves to give them the momentum and psychological edge now at this stage, but for me, they've got to chase a winner.
Garnacho. That's good running with the ball. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Araujo. Pablo Torre. Now it's Lewandowski. Garnacho. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Decent hit! Yes, he's done it! Late in the day, this could well be it!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Manchester United complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Oh, super ball, great chance! He's got away with one there. Oh, he's been caught napping! Turns and goes back. De Jong, played out to the left flank. And they've got a throw. Diogo Dalot wins the duel this time. That's that, the end. Manchester United have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Zirkzee taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Manchester United leave it late, but in the end, it was great.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit where it's due. They found a way to win it, and they can take great satisfaction from never losing that focus.
Well, that's it for tonight's match.
But the gig is up and it's time to go. Time to change your life, time to take control. Who knows?